Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great Monday morning so far. So I've been doing a lot of talking about stress and how do you feel it, and it's one of those bigger things. When you're living in stress or living in high stress, it makes your anxiety and your PTSD worse. So it's one of the reasons why I always keep emphasizing on fixing the stress, because it really does then help bring down your anxiety. So how do you know you're suffering from so much stress that produces a burnout? So one of the bigger things that when you're looking at overstress and burnout is those feelings of exhaustion. Like not a little exhaustion where, I'm kind of really tired and I maybe should go to bed at like 9 o'clock. It's that overall nonstop physical exhaustion, which then if you're already in burnout or leads to burnout. And I've experienced that. I've actually been to the point of adrenal fatigue after my burnout. This was many, many years ago when I was like single mom, 2 kids, working, school, everything. It gets overwhelming. So then how do we avoid that whole situation of can't see the forest for the trees? Because you never know you're in burnout when you're in burnout. But some of the key factors that we want to look at is how do you feel? Is your body completely exhausted from head to toe? Do you feel like, you drag yourself out of bed and 17 coffees later, you're still dragging your butt to wherever you need to go? Does every little thing make you cry? Do you overreact to the smallest thing? Do you numb out when a bigger stressful situation happens? That gets to the point when you're numbing out. That's a point of taking a look to go, your body just can't deal. Like your mind, your body, your everything is like, we're done. So it just shuts down. And then you sit there in this coma-like situation where you watch Netflix for like 17 hours straight and, the whole season of whatever is gone past and you don't remember not one of them. That's a key factor. Now, I know we all binge watch Netflix, and especially on long weekends, and we're all in a lockdown, and I get it, which makes these things very hard to deal with, because part of getting out of your burnout is getting outside. And I understand we're all in like a stay-home order, but you can go outside for a walk. So here are some very simple things, and this is what I talk about, not seeing the forest for the trees. The simplest solutions are the ones that work with your stress, anxiety, and burnout. Allow your body to rest. Turn off the TV. Grab a book. Like you gotta hold it. Book. No technology. I know, it sounds really weird, but you're not helping yourself with your stress and your anxiety if you're just like gonna put more things in light and computers and Facebook and everything in your face. That's not a relaxing time. That's not allowing your nerves to relax. That's not allowing your nervous system to relax. A digital detox is first and foremost. Second, a well-balanced diet. And this is really tough, especially when you're highly stressed and your anxiety is peaking or your PTSD is spiraling out of control. What happens is your body's craving sugar because it's like just an overload. So in order to get out of that overload, force yourself to put down the processed carbohydrates, pick up an orange, an apple, have some fruit. Start your day off with something a little bit more balanced and some nutrients that are going to feed your body. And I understand, trust me, I understand how hard that is going to be. But if you can get yourself into that habit for the first 3-4 days, you'll find it gets a little bit easier. The other thing, regular exercise. I don't know, like if you can't get outside, walk up and down your hallway, jump up and down, do some jumping jacks, do some squats, do some sort of physical activity that's going to get your endorphins going. That will help you bring down the stress. Now, the problem is we are so accustomed to dealing with our stress with numbing out in front of TV, caffeine, alcohol, junk food. This is like everybody's like, oh, that's what calms me down. But it's not. This is not what your body's requiring. Your body is requiring some regular exercise. Getting a good night's sleep. Also a little bit tough if your anxiety and your stress is really, really high. So we're coming back to the balanced diet, getting outside. Lastly, having some alone time. Now, I know this sounds a little bit weird because we're all in a lockdown and we're all kind of alone. But the problem is if you're in a household with a bunch of people or noise and there's no like me time, downtime, that can play havoc. That can be really, really a big problem for a lot of people. Now, the other side of that coin is people who live alone. And there's no physical contact, there's no touch, there's no talking to, there's no anything. So hobbies. Trying to find a hobby that will actually occupy your mind. I personally found diamond painting by chance because I ordered a paint by number and they didn't send it to me and they sent me the diamond painting and I thought, what the hell is this thing? But it's very cool. It helps me relax my brain. Puzzles make my anxiety worse. I have a coloring book, which is really awesome. I do that sometimes. Find what works for you. Try a few different hobbies. The other thing too is if you're living alone and you really need to shout out, get on a Zoom call. Make an appointment with some friends and like Wednesday night girl time or Saturday afternoon guy time and reach out to people. Sometimes it's just putting everything away, just stopping. Now, if you're really highly stressed out and you're in burnout, meditation, all that's probably not going to work for you. You need to have physical activity, get the body moving in order to reverse what's going on and the stress that's going on in your body. So guys, avoiding the burnout is what we want to do. I know we're halfway in. I know I say halfway in, but I'm really hoping it's farther along. But let's be realistic. This could be going on for quite some time. We need to start taking care of ourselves in a much better way than we have been in order to master and take control of our anxiety. Also, for the time being of COVID, my renewal program that I have up, I'm offering a discount of $100 off per month. So that's $300 off the full program. If anybody wants to reach out in order to do that, or if you just want to reach out in the group and you need to connect with somebody, reach out in the group. We want to try to make this as easy as possible for everybody. And, burnout can happen before you know it. And it can happen at the worst possible times. And if you're not sure you're in it, take stock of what's going on in your day. Take stock of how your body's feeling. Answer some of the questions. Are you feeling completely exhausted from head to toe, from morning to night? Are you crying or overreacting to every little possible thing? And are you zoning out completely when the bigger stressors happen? Those are three very key factors to look at whether or not you're in burnout. Guys, that's my video for today. If you have any questions, please reach out. Of course, make a comment below. I'm actually recording some meditations today. So if you want one of those meditations, make a comment below and I will PM that to you. On that note, guys, that's my video for today. Hope it was helpful and we'll see you tomorrow.